It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. About It's all about humanity. About humanity. About It's all about humanity.
Good evening, model citizens. Welcome to Humanity Junction. My name is Heath, and this is Hangout with Humanity. You should see in the chat at some point, if I've got everything working, the link to come up and join today. So people that just want to share what they're doing or just want to say hello and talk about model railroading, the link should hopefully pop up in the chat very shortly. On the left side of the screen, you can see the model railroading live streams for the week. We've got the live streams. We also have some regular shows in there. If you do a live stream or you do a regular show and you don't see your name on the list, feel free to send myself or Schuylkill River Valley an email, and we'll get you added to the list the next time we go through and do an update. Let's take a quick look and see who's here today. We have Adam Cruz in the house. We've got Tim from CP368 Productions is here as well. Alan from Jumping Someone Else's Trains. We have Mike from Crossed Anchors. Norm Miller joining us from the south. Randall Ellison's in the house. Roy Eltham coming in from the west coast. John from Schuylkill River Valley is here. I bet you John is a happy man because the chaos of tax season is over, and hopefully John's gonna maybe get a couple days to relax. Steve Childers is in the house, and I remembered to say it correctly that time. We have Rich from Trains and Things, and I saw you said that Ken has a cold and isn't feeling well, so I hope he feels better very shortly. So let's see. It did post it. And I just clicked in the wrong spot. There we go. To join in on the stream, there's the link for today. If you want to give it a try, it should work in any regular browser on iPhones. You know, all the good usual things. Ray Boble checking in, another Sidetrack Sunday members here. And looks like that is the majority of the people. Let's see. So today, as you may have seen from the thumbnail, things are a little bit of a mess, and that's kind of what happens when you don't have a lot of room to put things in their place. So I got a little pile of stuff on my desk. Oh man, and that's not gonna work yet. But there we go. I've got a bunch of pile of stuff on my desk. I am hoping that if I get things cleaned up, we might run a train, but I'm not gonna guarantee it. So yeah. Bernard's saying, "What, tax season's over?" I thought it was. I thought it ended Wednesday. I could be wrong. Uh, you know, wouldn't be the first time I was wrong. Dad Cook saying hello to everybody, including the fellow humans. I do hope there are a few humans. Yeah, Joey, oh, not that one. I'm still getting used to which. Where did I'm looking for where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Here we go. You're retiring from your job, Joey. That's really exciting. I cannot wait to retire myself, as opposed to what I'm in now, which is a little bit of a forced retirement type thing. Yeah. Ah, I see. So it's done for John, but not done for everybody else, which guess is a good thing. Well, we'll see. Uh, I'm gonna bring up Steve and let's see what happens. Yeah, I didn't think I was getting Steve's picture. So I don't know why I'm not getting Steve's picture. I should be getting Steve's picture. Hopefully Steve is trying to figure out why we can't see his picture. And maybe he'll message me and tell me why. If I'm popping chats up on the stream, they're not showing. Well, boy, that is very disappointing. I don't know why chats are not popping up on the stream because I am definitely adding hmm. Well, boy, isn't this fun. So no. I'm assuming you mean OBS. I am not on OBS today. I am using something called Melon, which is boy, I'm really baffled by why it would not be sending I'm curious. I just brought up my logo, and I'm curious if my logo is going to show up in the corner or if none of the overlays are working for some reason. But yeah, it is looking so. This is a new software called Melon. It's out by Streamlabs. It's a competitor to StreamYard. They're new. They're still kind of in beta, and it does kind of seem that either I have something set up incorrectly or yeah, so I got the logo going at the top. I got a chat on the screen. I've got a ticker going, and jeez. And Steve saying that it doesn't work for him to join. Oh boy. I don't even know what to say. This is such a drag. I had such high hopes. Man. So I'm like clicking on Steve's chat thing to bring it up, and of course it's not gonna show up. I'm looking around in the settings, and I kind of figured that this would kind of be a no-brainer because I figured they have all this stuff tested out. Oh, well, I see Steve seems to have joined. Although is Steve frozen? I don't see Steve.
I'm not there. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Oh, and I see the chat message as well.
The reason you don't see me is because I'm at the other computer getting it set up. So now I'll walk into the room. Okay,
see,
now you can see me.
Yeah. So I was hoping that Melon was gonna work just as well as StreamYard, and that everything would be all good. So what I just turned off was show hide participant's name. And what I'm wondering is if that is the thing. Boy, this is fun, isn't it?
What I did was I went out and came back in, did nothing different, and it worked the second time. Don't know if you did something in the interim or not.
I don't know. I'm watching the YouTube feed on a little screen, and it seems to be way delayed. Because like I'm still showing that it's showing the ticker and the logo and stuff, and I haven't showed the ticker and the logo.
I'm watching the YouTube, and it's got about a 3-second delay.
Yeah, we'll see when that comes up.
4-second delay.
Very interesting. I wonder why mine is stuck where it's still showing your chat that says it doesn't work.
Oh, that part is still showing that, but
So
my
that
picture
has not updated.
My picture is 4-second delay.
Gotcha. So, yeah, you're right. So that's not working. So the overlays are not working, but everything else is. So I'm going to go back and I am going to turn on participant names because I think that seems to be the thing that is, yep. Now that I turned on participant names, if I go back to chat and let's, I keep losing live, but that could be my POS laptop. And let's see if that comes up. Well, at least we got Steve up here, and looks like we can get Rich from K&R up here as well.
Hey, y'all.
What's happening?
Hello, Rich.
Oh, just waiting to go to work, as usual.
I wish I had that same schedule for me today, but unfortunately, it does not seem to be in the cards for me for today. So I don't know. Boy,
Joey, I'd love to run trains around that bend, but I'm working on the concrete area here, and I got to weather it, so I can't run trains around here yet.
Yeah, we definitely seem to be having it derailed, and it's bugging me now that I can't get the chat message off. It's like oh man, I thought they had their stuff together. I was so excited. I thought this was gonna be smooth sailing today, but no. Of course, well, the different views seem to work. I just can't now get rid of that chat message.
Is this any better, Drew?
Oh, well. We'll live with it.
Well, if I could get rid of that message, I would just happily just get rid of it and just move on and go from there. So,
Yes, Ray. Yes, he did.
oh man, so I was thinking, the reason I went to this is because it's a newish solution. So they're offering a, like an introductory rate or whatever, and it's the introductory rate's much better than StreamYard. So it's like, oh, like let's switch to this. I'm sure it's gonna be fine. I mean, it's coming from Streamlabs. Yeah, so I don't even see the ticker on the bottom. It's like something's not.
That's probably just a learning curve, Heath. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, just kind of, it's like those little things just bug me because I want it to work, Well, anyway, so
I'll be back in South Carolina in 10 days. I'm going on the 20th.
when you go, is this like the final trip and you're going and you're staying, or is this a
No, I have liberty with my work to take off as much time as I want to go down there and get the house built. So I do it about every 3 months just to keep the permit active.
Oh, gotcha. Yep, gotcha. And so do you have a day job outside of trains and things, or is that your day job?
No, I work for facilities maintenance for a family-owned airline called Everett's Air.
I just realized you're wearing your lanyard, so
Yeah, there it
I
is.
can actually see it. So
And my hat. It's a pretty good job. I was friends with the owner long before I went to work for him, and he begged me for about 10 years to come to work. So
well, that's
finally,
nice.
yeah.
Well, that's good. I'm still pressing buttons, trying to figure out how I can maybe get rid of. It's doing some weird things. That's for darn sure.
Well,
How long
I'll
have you
jump
lived
on
in
a live
Alaska?
stream.
Have you always been in Alaska,
I
or?
came up. Yeah, I got up here in 1984 with the Air Force,
Oh, okay.
and then after I retired, I got a job offer back up here, so I came back up.
Oh, cool. Nice, nice, nice. I'm curious. I was, yeah, I know. I'm sorry, Joey. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get rid of that chat message, but I can't seem to get rid of that chat message no matter what I try. So that's, I'm trying to change things around until that chat message goes away, and then when that chat message goes away, I'm just not going to touch the chat messages for a little bit. But this is frustrating to say the least. Oh, I wonder if I click that, will it go away? Probably not. Well, I was all excited because
It's
this
probably something simple.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
it's probably a problem on their end, and it's just bothering me. And there's
So is Melon the name of the company that you're using?
Melon is the name of the app from Streamlabs.
Okay.
Melon is Streamlabs OBS is a side build off of OBS, and it's kind of its intention was to make the interface of OBS a little bit more user friendly. So Streamlabs decided that StreamYard was taking a lot of their customers away, so they figured they would make a web-based version, try and get things working, or to try and get some customers back. So Steve, tell us what you're working on, and I'm gonna. Oh, you're taking off, Rich?
I'll see you guys later. Yep, taking off. See you later, man.
Awesome. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll catch you again soon.
I am working on, since one day modeling, when I did all the trees and such back there, I have put down the hydrocal and smooth it, and have the concrete gray applied along with some rust weathering. And now I'm getting ready to weather the concrete with a wash to match the rest of these older sections that I've done. So I also put in lighting this week, and I still have to build this, but I ran out of nano LEDs that they're supposed to be here today or tomorrow, and so I can get the station platform canopies lit up.
Where do you get a bunch of your LEDs and stuff from?
It all depends. Evan Design off of eBay is one source. No, actually, I'm getting these off of Amazon. and they're the warm, because this is a given area. They're the warm LEDs, not the fluorescent style.
Yep. Yep.
And as a matter of fact, I can turn off the lights in 30 seconds from now. It'll turn those lights on. I got a little figure down here, Trixie. When the light comes on, you'll be able to
Like
see
I
it.
don't see Trixie.
Oh, you will, right here.
Oh, now I see Trixie. Is Trixie quote unquote working the yard?
She is. She is. At this camera angle, you can't see her real well, but there's the lights. So.
Well, if I just did things correctly, now I can bring up chat messages in my OBS setup. I just can't get rid of Lynn's chat message on.
I'm glad you didn't say you couldn't get rid of Lynn.
Oh, I've been trying to get rid of Lynn for a long time now, and that's that's not going anywhere. So, well, Melon is turning out to be a disappointment, and I
thought you were going to use StreamYards today.
Well, I was, and then I found Melon and found out that with Melon for $15 a month, I could get 1080p 30 as opposed to the $50 a month for StreamYard.
Yeah, it's coming across with a really nice picture, but
yeah, no, exactly, right? It's like, oh, good. So now I've got the picture is much better than StreamYard. I just can't seem to. I just can't seem to do anything about the. It kind of makes me want to cry. I really was hoping. I had really high hopes, and I was let down. So, yeah, they seem to have an issue with their overlays, I guess is what it is. Let's see if I go. Oh, here, I know what I can try. Let's try this. Even though nobody did any. So let's see if people see that pop up or not. Hey, well, at least, there you go. So the little super chat stinger pops up, but I still can't get rid of the darn message. Anyway. Thanks, everybody. I appreciate the understanding. This is an adventure, and I thought I had part of the adventure worked out, and apparently I don't. So, yeah, Lynn McCurdy's saying he broke the channel, which he did. Very, 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 very true. They supposedly have some neat little layout. Oh, that wasn't what I wanted to do. They have some neat layouts, with making one person bigger or smaller and the way it's kind of overlaid and stuff. But it doesn't seem to, and it does the same drag and drop thing, but like instead of them being completely not on top of each other, it looks like they're kind of on top of each other, which I don't really like, and I don't know how to stop that. So, maybe I'm not done with StreamYard. Maybe I don't know why, but I've just got this thing. I just want to get away from StreamYard so badly, and my my StreamYard, my paying for StreamYard runs out tomorrow. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna try this, and I'm gonna, I'll give it a shot, and it'll either work or it won't work, and it'll, well, I was hoping it was gonna work, but yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna blame Lynn on this one because for some reason he seems to be seems to be stuck up there. But yeah, I mean, if I could sort out this overlay issue, I like this. I like the way it works. I just can't see. So, question for people in the chat: do you want me to stop the stream, go over to StreamYard, and start over again, or should we just stay here and see what's going on? And so here's the weird thing again. Oh, there it goes. So, Paul is here. Dave P, what's going on, sir? Oh, Dave seems to be stuttering a bit. And I don't know if that's him or me. Can you hear us, Dave? Can you see us, Dave? Is this just a complete disaster?
He may be having the same problem I was having.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Well, I hear you now.
I can hear you now.
Okay, maybe.
Looks like your picture got better and I don't see you stuttering anymore.
Okay, maybe when I turned it off, turn the mute button on, the video off, stop video, turned it back on, I might have cleared it up or something.
Yeah, I feel like you're not as clean as you usually are. Okay, so I think I asked in the chat and I forgot to look at it. So should I go over to StreamYard or just keep going and we'll... Oh, that's funny. So the chat message from Lynn changed, but it's still there because I clicked on a different chat message from Lynn. So I'm gonna show Alan's message right now, and Dave seems to be frozen. Where actually, just... I'm trying. I'm like gonna lose. Like all my subscribers are like, stop trying things. We just want good content. And I know, and I understand, and I.
No, this is why they show up, to see what's gonna go wrong next.
I can't stop trying to make things better, and yet I'm failing miserably. Ironically though, the OBS, has generally been better, but I think Paul's just like, I don't know why.
I'm moving now.
You are. Yeah, you look better now. You look like you.
Seems like when I stop, if I hit the stop video and come back on,
It'll work for a couple seconds and then stop again.
it seems like it's because I've got YouTube on my phone and it seems to be moving.
Yeah, mine didn't work when the first time I
Came up.
logged in either.
I'm like I'm sending email to the chat team because I don't think they don't have a live chat as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, Bernard C. Stay tuned for more exciting adventures. Andy says, sorry he's late, but had BT engineers here trying to fix my internet issues. I suppose I could have asked Heath, but I chose British Telecom instead. Why? Well, Andy, if you've been here long enough to see how this stream is going, you would know that this stream is going just about as poorly as can possibly be. And I don't know.
Oh, come on, Heath. There's been
What
worse.
to do? No, isn't that the sad part of it all? Is that there has been worse? Uh, I guess it's true, right? Modeling Monday was significantly worse than what we're experiencing now. So that is true.
You had a late night tech thing the other night. And I was rewatching it. I'm not rewatching it, watching it the next day, and I saw that. Hell, even when I'm not there, I get
Blamed.
blamed. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so what was interesting though, and I thought it was actually very, kind of very fortunate to some extent. Yeah, it's really funny. Let's see if I click on a different Lynn message, maybe it'll come up. It's maybe what I need to do is get Lynn to post a blank message, and then if he posts a blank message and I click on it, maybe it'll go away. What do you put? Oh, Dave's pointing at the
Trying to get it out of there.
So Steve, though, it was really great. We had such a successful night when I tested it on the Wednesday night that I thought on Monday it was going to work. And then you were the first person to log in. And then when you logged in, it was like everything just went to hell. And I was like, what's going on? But now we know.
That was partially me.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It seems to be that for you, Melon, which should be the same as StreamYard, which apparently isn't, but Melon and OBS Ninja don't work on your Microsoft Surface for whatever reason.
Well, back to truck up. I'm not on the Surface. I have not been on the Surface. I've been on my good computer. So
even when you logged in before you were on your big computer.
Yes.
Okay. Interesting. So Dwight's asking, how many times a week do I go live? So what I'm trying to do. So here's the whole rundown. I started live streaming doing Sidetrack Sunday. And I got really into the live streaming, and at the time the Showstopper was more in full swing, and I said, let me do like an informal lunch stream on Fridays, 11:30 to 1. People are on their lunch break on the East Coast, or the UK people can join it. So I was like, let's do this one. So I started doing this one, and then I was like, you know what? I'm going to sort of move this format to Monday, and I'm going to do my Modeling Monday stream. I'm going to do it from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock. And my plan is that once I got to 1,000 subscribers, I was going to phase this one out and then start, focusing on Modeling Monday. And then this one seems to be growing just as much as Modeling Monday was, although not today. I've got less viewers than usual today, probably for obvious reasons. But so I kind of said, you know what? Until I get a job, I'll just keep going with the Fridays and also have the Mondays as well. And then what happened is I started testing all of this OBS stuff, and I was like, I don't want to screw up my regular streams. My plan is to rule the internet. So as Anthony Dodge has pointed out, and in order to rule the internet, my plan was to, switch everything over to OBS. Like, if you look at my window alone, I can bring up the comments in the window, and I've got the donation bar. Like, I've got, like, it's all set up, to do it. I can play, like, I'm completely set up on OBS to do it, but the problem was bringing up guests. So I was using the Wednesday night live streams as a way to test the integrating of the guests. And then when I saw Melon, I was very excited because, I thought, it's Streamlabs. It's going to be great. I'm going to get away from StreamYard. Streamlabs is a... I'm just watching Dave try and point to the... Oh, wait.
It's gone.
I don't even know what to say.
What? I'm not watching.
The comment's gone on screen, so Lynn's chat message is gone.
Is there a duration function, perhaps?
Well, so even if there was a duration function, though, if I brought up a different comment, you would think it would remove the previous comment.
You'd think.
You would. So we got Lynn McCurdy joining us. We also have Edward Katie joining us, although Edward looks like he's in a cloud field. Oh, there we go.
There he is.
Hey.
Forgot that I had that the piece of paper over it.
Got it.
Gentlemen.
Lynn's showing off his beard.
I figured as long as my chats are stuck on your screen, I might as well show up.
Yeah. Well, you do realize now that you're up here, you're probably going to be stuck on my screen as well. So it's funny.
Freeze.
Adam said, yeah. Well, so Dave P at one point was just looking into the camera, and I was like, "Oh, did he freeze again?" And then I saw his eyes move a little bit, and I was like, "Oh, okay, good. Oh, he didn't freeze." So Adam Cruz is saying, "Don't touch anything now." And it's so funny because I'm having such this urge to hit the chat button and like try it like one more time. Like let's just try it. But I'm trying to not to. So yeah, I like when the chats pop up, but for now you'll just see them under me. Oh, look at this. This is an interesting little, an interesting layout. You can have kind of two people big. That's kind of fun. The switching people around's kind of cool. So, there's some nice features to this. And of course, there are some apparent problems. Oh, I didn't know Tina Marie had mugs.
Oh, yeah, she's got not as much as you have, but she has quite a few things. She sent this to me in exchange for a Quonset hut building kit for her layout for her Area 51 for the aliens and all like that.
Oh, that's awesome.
Cool.
In another week, she's, the 22nd? She's coming down from Vegas to check out our show in Ridgecrest, Death Valley. And
oh, nice.
So she's going to try to do a YouTube of the club layout. In fact, it's two clubs. It's the Eastern Sierra Railroad Society. They have a permanent layout there at the fairgrounds. And then we're showing up with all of our modules. Sunday, I'm hauling a trailer load of modules up, and then the rest are coming up the following weekend. And we'll be up there for 3 weeks, but only 1 week end open to the public. So
wow,
I'm not going to stay on very long. We just got a phone call. The car's been in the dealership for a couple of days, and they just called to say they finally figured out what's wrong with it and to come pick it up. Didn't say they fixed it. They just said they found out what's wrong with it.
Oh, jeez. That's hilarious. That is so funny. Hopefully they'll have fixed it, but if if history tells us anything, car dealerships are not sort of known for
and
resolving all the issues.
Related, the GPS decided to freeze up on it. Would not help us when we drove down to San Diego the other weekend. And it's kind of like your show. It's electronic. I don't know if you saw the message. I talked with Jason Jensen from Jason Jensen Trains. He says hi. He may stop in this morning for a little bit, but he's very busy with about 3 different projects. But he does know about you, or at least he knows about you now.
Oh, that's cool.
Lynn
That can
was
be,
saying the other day that, people know who I am, and he was like,
yeah.
Jason knows who I am, and I'm like, there's no way that Jason Jensen knows who I am.
Way.
So,
Oh yeah.
wow.
doesn't-
No, everybody finds your show very entertaining. Don't put yourself down. I mean, things happen. It happens, but you do it live. There's others that do it and they get all frustrated. You get frustrated, but it's cool. That's what makes your show so good.
I
It's
appreciate
fun.
that. I do like showing it real. Like, I do think there is some value. Jason's channel, I love his videos. His videos are amazing, but he doesn't show a lot of the mistakes that he made to get
No.
where he is today. And, I watch his videos and I'm like, oh, like, I'm going to go try and weather something. And I'm like, man, like, he's just such an artist.
He is like
And
mad-
for me, like, I'm just a beginner, so I figure like that process, like, in 5 years, okay, in 20 years, if I'm close to as good as Jason is, you'll be able to go back and see some of that progress. And I'm hoping that it inspires people to start. I was very, very hesitant to start, especially painting or airbrushing or anything like that. And
I just
you know,
realized.
yeah, it was kind of seeing actually Rick Bailey, who, live opened up his airbrush and tried to use it. And I was like, oh my God, that's so complicated watching him do it. But then he stuck with it. And I was kind of like, okay, if the tree man himself can do some airbrushing, I figured I can do it. I can do it as well. But
I've done it, but I really don't like the cleanup part of it. In fact, your subject today is about taking care of your mess on the desk. I'm going to show a quick room here. Don't panic. I'm kind of a hoarder of train stuff, so be prepared. This is what I live with. And this dresser was given to me with a truckload of trains. Well, it wasn't given to me, but pretty much given to me. And there's 2 more drawers that are full. I can't close the drawers because they're over. And it's dark in here, but the floor isn't much better than the desk. It just goes on and on and on. So, yeah, I understand what you're talking about this morning. So,
yeah, I mean, it's kind of fun. Like, I mean, I
Yeah.
try not to think of myself as a hoarder, but I've got a GG1 in Z scale at my workbench, and I've got a GG1 in O gauge on my workbench, and I've got a piggy bank GG1. It's like, what am I doing? Like,
well,
why is it all on my workbench too? When my workbench is my only, space.
you've got me kind of beat, but I'm close. I just don't have the piggy bank. Although I did have a Lionel G scale or larger crossing bank. You put a coin in it and it ding, ding, ding and lights and all like that.
Oh, that's awesome.
But it broke.
You'll
And
fix it though,
I
right?
think I tossed it. There was just too much
Oh.
stuff in here. I only showed you this part of the room. You go to this part and it gets scarier. So,
How big is your room, just out of curiosity?
pardon, what was that?
How big is that room?
12 by 10.
Okay. So
12
I
this
just
way,
had a-
this way.
I just had a meeting this morning with the lawyers, my lawyer and the co-op's lawyer, and we're working on the lease agreement. And the space I'm looking at is about 9 foot by 8 foot, so a little bit smaller than yours. But my floor plan, I've got a lot more stuff planned on my floor plan than you have in your space. The one thing that I'm doing, at least initially, at least for the first probably year that I'm there, is I'm going to do everything modular. So I'm going to have my t-trak modules as my layout, and I'll do my modeling on my t-trak. but I won't go to a like permanent thing like you have here, probably until I get into the second year.
Well, this is actually modular.
Oh, it is.
Move my finger here. Okay, there's a seam right there. There's another seam back here, and right behind the this is weird. Right behind the mountain is another seam, and it's all bolted together with they're about 1 inch round and about 2 inch long, big bolts and flat washers. It's bolted together. And although the scenery would have to be, cut a little bit, the track would have to be cut. It's actually in 4 sections. This over here and directly behind me are pretty much just 4x4. The back is across there is 4x2, and then there's a little section that is odd length 3x2, just so it fits the room. So this would come apart. I don't know if the mountain will fit through the door, but it's feasible. So the idea.
You built a boat in the basement, basically, right, with that mountain.
Yes.
That's too funny.
I need to sign off. The wife hasn't said anything, but I know she'd like to go get her car. And
okay.
So that was unplanned when I put my teeth in so I could come on and sound somewhat legible. So anyway, see you all. Talk to you later. Enjoy the show.
Lynn.
Thanks
Bye,
for
Lynn.
coming, Lynn.
Bye.
Just keep it up. Just keep going.
I
Bye.
appreciate that. So Alan from Jumping Someone Else's Train says, when I had my office, I had 2 rooms, 10 by 10 each. With careful planning, I had 4 people working in there. Wow. Yeah, and wow, that's a tight fit. So I guess I'm curious, while we have the people up here, how are you guys as far as keeping your desk clean? I mean, even today, I got a bunch of stuff off of it because I do want to get working on this decoder that I have here. So that will be something I want to work on. But, I do. Like, I've got the P-Touch. I've got, as I mentioned, there's, here's the one GG1 off to the side here. You can see, of course, if I go to my side view, you see just, all of this stuff here that's kind of as organized as I can make it. But, if I pan, let's just pan over to the corner a little bit, and you can see there's like this just pile of stuff back here in the corner that's, it's kind of, and I'm almost embarrassed to show people this, but if people are curious, it's just piles of stuff under the desk. Because where else am I going to put it? Unfortunately. So, how do you guys manage a lot of that? Are you guys pretty clean with your desks, or is it kind of go through phases?
Faces.
No.
No.
I've got 2 workbenches, a computer desk, and then 2 areas of the layout with stuff.
And but you can still run trains, Steve, right? You keep yours kind of set up so that you can run trains at any time.
Absolutely. When I'm not working like I am now, yes.
Well, of course. And Dave, have you started on your layout yet? I mean, I know you recently moved rooms.
No.
Are you though? Is the room cleared out where like your layout area is like ready to go? And
Well, probably about half the bench work's up.
oh, it is. Oh, okay.
Just gotta, now that it's got warmer, I just haven't done it yet. I have to cut up I got another sheet out outside that I have to cut into strips.
Yeah.
And once that.
And Edward, I know behind that sheet off to your left, I know is your workbench. We've seen it in previous streams. Are you pretty neat and organized back there?
Well, I start out that way.
Right. We all have good intentions. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's one of those things of not planning where to put stuff after I'm done with them.
Right.
and it's one of those things of so I'm not what is it?
It's hard to
It's not
put
Kanban. It's not. Was it
it's hard to
5S
put
or
stuff
something?
away when you think you're going to need it right away, and then
Yes.
don't.
Right. Right.
Yeah. I mean,
That's
right
true
now
too.
right now right where my computer is right now. I just sort of measured it exactly how much free space I have in front of my computer. It's approximately three of these.
Oh, that's a lot of space actually then. That's not bad.
Yes. Well, the
Um,
thing is that when I turn around and have food here and all that, that's one of these goes away.
right. Yeah. Well, and that's, I wanted to work on the Z scale today. The Z scale is on a separate thing so that I can move it. So like on modeling Monday, this goes away and I work on the HO kit. But when I'm not, I showed you the kitchen, all the stuff on the desk is now on the kitchen over there. So, I can't, every little project I do is kind of I have to reset everything up, which
Yeah,
is
and for myself, I have one of those cutting mats. I try to keep that clean, but everything pretty much around it winds up uh getting something on it, which includes the layout itself, which then I have to figure out going like, oh, if I need to do something on the layout, I can turn around and have to move everything onto the mat to turn around, and
I
so it's
was trying that for a while where I would have an area that was kept clear and um, you know, it didn't work so well. But Andy Ambrose says my office is 20 by 16, contains a triple deck layout, two large desks with swivel chairs, a stationary cupboard. My desk is also a workbench. The NMRA just posted Andy's presentation from a year ago. And Andy, if you want to post a link to it,
That was
but
excellent. I really
it
enjoyed it,
it
Andy.
was really interesting to see how
The
Andy made
phases.
his how he made it in phases, how he drove his office workers absolutely crazy. Um, but just all the planning that went into it and what they accomplished in really what's a pretty small place considering that it's also their work office. Adam says I'll be making a Fremo style in 10 by 10 plus a peninsula section in my unfinished storage area next to that room, and
I like the
vertical
part.
storage display in the hallway opposite side my hobby desk under the stairs.
I like the part in Andy's presentation when he says it's a great conversation starter with his clients.
Yeah,
That that's one way to justify it.
yeah, that's an understatement. That's a very forgiving boss, I will say.
Yeah.
Um, Bernard says desk. It's in there somewhere. Someday I'll find it. As mentioned, my workbench is now covered with computers and such. I now use the countertop at the bar as my workbench. Well, Anthony, that's one way to get Joyce to consider getting rid of the bar. But Ken N, I was locked into watching Tom Plassier's, I'm not sure how to say his name, module build videos yesterday because he did them live with all the errors. I gotta check that video out then. Yeah, unlike the guys that edit and show what went right. I'm glad to hear that, Ken, because I do, I like showing what goes wrong, which unfortunately in my case is a lot. But I think it's, in general, I think the majority of the people in this hobby are really great, and they enjoy seeing the process.
yeah, one of the excuse me, one of the things that I seem to like to watch is machinist channels, and a lot of them I want to say do the editing thing and all that, but
Yeah.
there are some that leave the mistakes in. There's this one guy. his name is Joe Pye, but his last name is Pye.
Yeah,
And
right.
and the thing about it is that he's showing right now he's doing a project building a lathe. But it's a miniature lathe. It looks about that size.
Really
Uh,
cool.
That's neat.
and he was machining the waves and all that, and you're seeing the milling go through there and all that, and all of a sudden you hear this snap, and then
Yeah.
there's a lot of profanity
Yeah.
because apparently he broke the. I'm trying to think the size of it. It was something like a millimeter and a half four fluted end
Bit.
mill and all that, which
Yeah.
are not cheap.
No, they are not.
So, but
Yeah,
he
I
left.
watch a guy named. Do you watch Alex Steele?
I've seen him a couple of times, but I haven't been watching
Yeah,
him
so,
lately.
so he's a blacksmith, but his dad is a woodworker. And one of the things that he did is he went and built a chair with his dad. And he had he completely screwed something up. And he showed that. He showed that whole sort of screw up, and he showed that he had to rebuild things. And yeah, I mean, that's, Andrew Step is saying he enjoyed Andy's NMRAX presentation. Tim from CP368 Production says my workshop has a full counter, multiple cupboards, couch cushions, but no couch. 3 school desks, a table, the family crib, piles of books, shelves full of styrofoam, and a few stacks of boxes, and I forget what else. So, is there any workshopping going in there? Yeah, Jason the Train Freak. Hoarder and collector are 2 different things. And I would ask you to describe the difference to my girlfriend.
The collector justifies his hoarding as collecting.
Right, exactly. That's the only difference. That's the only difference. Yeah, Andy, I can't sit still either. That's why I stand when I do these. But my carburetor desk has 7 different makes, models disabled for repair. Yeah. It is like any flat surface just becomes a work surface. At a certain point you just gotta keep working, right?
Well, I would have to say with my flat surfaces become storage. That's the problem.
Yeah, and that's definitely I'm trying not to do that. I mentioned along the back is kind of storage, but it's all things that it's like my pliers or my pens or my tweezers or whatever. It's stuff that, like, tools for the workbench. It's not like I don't just have an O-gauge GG1 randomly sitting on my desk off to the side. Oh wait, I guess I do.
Let's see if this works.
Yeah.
Here's my. Did it work?
Oh, I have to click a button and then let's see. There we go.
So this
awesome.
This is my track plan so far. What I've got done. Right now, this is where I'm at right now. What you see, I'm sitting right in here. So right in front of me.
We
is the
can't
helix.
see your cursor, just so you know. So you'll have to.
The oval is my helix. I'm standing right in front of that.
Okay, gotcha.
So it's facing up in front of me. So that's where this is my work. The pink area is my workbench. Where I was doing the live streams for Jack.
Okay. Yep.
That's my workbench. Where the red, green, and orange buildings are, that's bench work is not up yet. And that's my sawmill. And then at the bottom where is going to be a town, and that's still in the planning stages. What I'm going to do with this, And this is just the first level. I haven't even got to the second level yet.
Nice. Oh, that's cool. I didn't realize you had it all planned out already and everything.
Well, working on it, ideas.
So the white empty space in front of your desk, I guess, is there a like a little duck under to get into that? Is that like a separate little room, I guess, that's your staging and your helix?
Yes. You have to duck under the area below the pink workbench. That gray area behind the bench is a wall. So the staging and the helix is in the back part where the computer is, and then everything else. The
Yeah.
upper right, that is actually a window.
The upper right.
Kind
upper-
of where the yellow part is behind
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Okay, that's an egress window in there, so I had to keep some room in there so I could get out.
Jump out the window in case you need to.
Yes, and then at the bottom from that is the entrance door into the room.
Gotcha. And that's going to be a swing gate.
Swing
up.
gate or lift out.
Yeah. And I noticed there's not
about the
any
pocket door?
track. A pocket door? That'd be nice. I noticed there's not any track in that sort of lower middle section. Is that to be designed, or is that
Yes,
you're using the
because
free version of any rail and you can only use 50 pieces of track?
Nope, I got the paid version. This is a licensed version, so it still has to be designed, but that's the town. So I have to figure out where I want buildings at. The
I'm
upper,
assuming that's why there's switches on the floor.
yes. Yep, that's why there's switches on the floor.
Let's check. Let's say hello to Lee real quick. Hello, Lee.
Lee.
Oh, Lee's talking, but he's on mute, so nobody can hear him. But I
Nope,
see him talking.
That sounds familiar.
that sounds
Yeah,
familiar.
exactly.
Lee, click the
Click the mute button, Lee. Click the mute button.
And
Adam Cruz says, I can't get to my desk, so I moved back to the dining table living room. Yeah, right? There you, that is probably pretty common. My collecting is because I might need that bit later. Right, Andy? The second I've got some wire on my desk, right? And I'm like, oh, I'm not going to need this. I'm going to throw it away.
My wife
I
says
know. The second I throw this away, I'm going to need it.
My wife
Well,
says that I am Mr. Just in Case.
well, Heath, I have to go. I have to take talk to the vet.
Well, good
So
luck.
everybody take care.
All right,
I hope
Dave.
everything's okay with the dog.
No, she's just getting a checkup.
Oh, okay, perfect. Great.
So if you're on when I'm getting back, I'll be back up. Otherwise, take care, everybody.
Awesome. When you get
Hey,
back,
oh.
Andy's got a question in the queue for you, so we'll ask you when we get back.
Hold on.
He said, what radius is your helix?
The inside, remember right, is a 26. The outside is a 28.
Okay.
What incline?
It is, if I remember right,
I'm like, Dave, you better run or people are going to keep asking you questions about your layout.
Yeah,
Remember right,
that is
it's
a good thing.
is a 2. It's just a little bit over 2%.
Okay.
It's going up 22 inches.
If
Something
you
like
make
that.
the outer, there's actually a difference in incline
Yep.
between the inner and outer. So if
Yep.
you make the outer the upward, it'll be a lot easier on your locos.
Make which one?
Outer.
The outer?
Going up.
Okay.
And make the inner for coming down.
The inner is for going down. Yep.
And you're good.
The outer's for going up. I did
So
something
Bernard
right.
C says families raised after the Depression saved everything, which I wasn't. Well, most of us were raised after the Depression based on our ages, but I was raised way after the Depression, and I still. It's certain things. I mean, like adapters, right? Like computer adapters. You always
Just
need
in
that
case.
computer adapter
Just in case.
just in case. I love if people don't know uh, Roy Smith from N Scale Evanston subdivision has a character that he calls Just in Case, who is the foremost authority in model railroading.
Oh,
And
that conductor guy?
interesting. I don't know why it just did that. It looks like everybody's back.
I'm here.
Yeah, I was just about to say something, and then all of a sudden it just disappeared.
Oh,
You
melon. Um,
did you press a button that you shouldn't have pressed?
yeah, you would think it was me, but no. So I sent a couple emails off to tech support. So my only thought is that tech support was looking into them and did a reset of some sort. But yeah, I don't know. Andrew Stepp says at Andy Ambrose, I only have coughing fits and throat constrictions when I have to speak publicly, so I emphasize. Yeah. The coffee table where my computer is, however, I can see most of the surface. Just laptop, mouse, pad, pop, a spray bottle, batteries, tester, colored pencil, keys, knife, wallet, measuring tape, etc. Tim wants to know what I did. I don't know. Alan, I thought you were the one resetting the internet, so that's. I didn't touch it, Adam. I've not touched any of the settings on Melon. So, Chris, what you missed was that nothing was working right in the beginning, and yeah, I
He
guess
got
I'm.
it. He got something to work, and then he said, "I'm not touching a thing."
Yeah, Lee, I saw you just try and talk, but I didn't. We didn't hear you, so I don't know why we're not hearing you. There's a little caret, a little like triangle to the right of the mute button. If you click that, it'll show you which audio input and audio output you're using. Maybe you just need to check to make sure that that's set correctly.
Yeah.
I'm just checking real quick. They did not get back to me yet, but
Well, after last night's broadcast, I wound up. I came across something from Adafruit. They came up with a button basically. It's a USB button that just clicks. It just clicks in, and then you can program it to do whatever you need it to do.
are you serious? Because
Yeah,
Adafruit's like just right in New York. It's like right around the corner.
yeah. I think it's in Soho, wherever that is.
Yeah, it's right down on Varick Street, just right around Houston. So
Is that
let's.
where the Helen Towels comes out at? Near Soho?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I believe they're just a little bit north. So I
And the interesting,
apologize, but now I'm going to screen share this because I want to find this button because this is like a pet peeve thing of mine now.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, they had a thing where it says just new for just new. And the thing is that at first they were showing different styles of buttons. Say if you want to, you know, the four major style of buttons, and then they're going
do you know
through, and
which
then
section it was under?
no, they were it was under new products. It was just the video that they just brought out.
Here, new products, view all.
Yeah,
Uh,
there's the mechanical for tester.
yeah, so it's not the
Basically,
tester though, right? It's
no, yeah, that's cute. The black aluminum key paw
kitty
with
paw keycap with translucent silicon toes, MX compatible. Um, Oh yeah, so that's just the keycap though. That's
That's
not
just the
the.
keycap. There it is. Back up. The trim key.
Oh,
See where they're pressing on?
of course it's out of stock.
Yeah.
Of course. It's half USB key, half Adafruit trinket, half mechanical key. It's a Neo Key Trinky. The circuit board with a trinket MO part, a NeoPixel Glow, and a Cherry MX compatible were inspired by single key macro pads we've seen. So we thought, hey, what if we made something like that plugs right into your computer's USB port with a fully programmable color NeoPixel, and this is what we came up with. Well, I guess we'll add my email address in here if I can remember what it is, and we'll have them notify me because that'd be fun. For $7, I'd try that.
Now get the little the thing with the paw print on it. As you're pausing the broadcast.
I'm a dog person. Oh, I see. Pause. That's funny. I was like, I'm a dog person, not a cat person. So that's a dog paw to me.
Yeah.
So if people don't know what we're talking about, on Wednesday night I did a stream where I wanted to have a push button that should a troll, because I just posted the link in the chat, right? So anybody can come up here. It's like if Chris from Go Via Go Home came up here and he changed his name to Dave or whatever, I might let him up here. If he came up and then he did something nefarious, I want to have a troll button where I hit the troll button and, we get rid of it. Bernard C. Depression is becoming prisoners of our possessions. That's a good statement. Did you come up with that, Bernard, or is that somebody else? Anthony Dodge is going live at 3:30, so he is heading out now, and hopefully we will see him later. And Lee is still trying to get his microphone working. And we still can't hear him talking.
Well, if you notice from last night, I'm not wearing suspenders.
Ah, there you go. All right. Well, I will keep the mouse hovered over your button so that if I need to get rid of you quickly, it's just, an easy button press and you're gone.
The thing is, I switched the belt.
Ah, gotcha.
Just as long as nobody shows up with the name Tom Jones, right, Heath?
Exactly. Well, did you see MRL? Model Railroading Live got hit twice in a row last week, which is why which is what really sparked it, was that it came up again.
I know you were there on TSG the night of Tom Jones.
Yes, I was.
So.
And Tom was slick too, because he put his hand up as he stood up, so you couldn't really see what was going on. And then when he took his hand down, he was already standing
and dancing.
So here we are. Let's see. Is this view better? Yeah, let's try this view for a second. So what I did, and I don't know that this is going to work, and I think the chances of it working are slim to none. But why not? Why not try it? And I don't like this view because it covers up the bottom. But James is saying hello, and Hi is joining us as well.
Hey, hi.
Oh, and now we can't hear Lee or Hi. Well, I'm going to keep going.
I don't think Hi is not saying anything.
Hello, all.
There he is.
I hope you can hear
Here we
me.
go.
Yep.
We can hear you. Welcome. Now it's just Lee that we can't hear.
Oh, yes.
At least this time we learned. Last time Lee was on the stream, I didn't notice that Lee was talking and we couldn't hear him. So he was talking for like an hour and we were just like, oh, Lee is so quiet today. Like usually Lee is talking so much more, but today he's so quiet. And then we realized near the end that he had been talking the whole time. But For some
Just
reason,
to
his mic
himself.
wasn't working. Yeah, exactly. Why are you buffing all the time? I think that's for you, Steve.
Buffing? I'm
Yeah,
not.
you're sort of mushing.
Yeah, you're
It's
buffing, not buffering.
Yeah,
you put down. It's a wash. It's a black wash. Okay, and this section here was already done. So when I laid in the smooth it, I had to blend to get them equal. So I'm just adjusting ever so slightly to get it to be a better transition.
gotcha.
And
At
the
least I'm
sponge,
assuming that that's what Dwight's saying is buffing, not buffering. But maybe I'm reading it wrong. So
Yeah,
hi,
one of
what are you working on these days? You still on that? You still on your control panel?
Well, actually, I'm on holiday.
Ah,
Ooh.
so does that mean you're not working on anything?
Well, I I'm going. If I'm on holiday, I'm in my caravan, but I always have something with me. So
Gotcha.
I have. Let me see if you can see then. The Arduino Nanos with me.
Yep.
So I'm gonna solder the pins on to convert them into CMRIs for the project on the control for the train module.
Nice. Oh, awesome. Cool, cool. New Haven Rails is here. Who else? James, we already said hello to. So you're in a mobile home right now
Yeah. Yeah.
with
Well, it's not
two
that mobile.
cameras. Oh, okay. I was gonna say with two cameras and internet and everything working in
Yep.
your trailer.
That's true.
I was gonna say that's pretty impressive. I mean, most people can't get their internet to work when they're sitting at their desk with their computer. So,
Well, this is actually via 4G network.
yep. Okay.
So I have a 4G router here, which holds a SIM card, and the computer itself is directly connected to that router via a fixed network. And then I have my
getting
phone.
Good quality.
Yeah, my phone is an iPhone which is connected over Irium utility for transmitting as a webcam.
Okay. Yeah. That's great. Yeah, I'm working on a little project myself as well, and I'm gonna hit a button to
well, don't do that.
Yeah, you want to remove the trolls.
yeah, not the troll button. I'm gonna hit a button, and hopefully when I hit that button, let's try. No, I'm trying to find. That one's not bad, except you can't see the comment. New Haven Rails is saying he did a recent upload. Oh, I did see that you uploaded that New Haven Rails, but I didn't watch that yet. But I did see that. And James at Boulder Creek Yard is 100% correct. Cell phones make much better webcams than webcams. Webcam technology is just not.
How
not
does
great.
how does one make a phone a webcam?
There are apps that you can use. Depending on what you are using to capture the signal, it can kind of depend on what app you're using. For me, when I use my phone, I use an NDI app, and the NDI will transmit it over. You could just use I'm holding it up. You could just use a Lightning to HDMI adapter and just use a capture card. Or and I don't know off the top of my head, somebody in here you go. So like James uses Droid Cam, which I'm assuming is specific to Android. Droid Cam OBS is the name of the app if you're an Android person. there are also iPhone apps that are pretty specific as well.
I ordered a cable for my SLR, all right, and I'm hoping to be able to use it.
You should.
Let me see if we can focus. It's the app which I'm using is Iriun, so that's IRIUN. That's an app which works for as well iPhone as Android, and you need to run a Iriun server on any
On the computer.
and it's free.
Yep.
So it's a free app on either Windows or Linux or Mac, and then you have your phone. And what you can do is maybe I can show you that. Just one moment.
Yeah, I recommend if you can the HDMI to USB capture cards and hardwiring your phone if you're in a fixed environment, because then you'll get the best quality. But I did my stream from Northlands all on my phone, all over 5G, and it's
So
a
I
good solution.
I have the Irium app now on the screen on the right hand side. So it's Irium app, and I have set it so that I can capture 4 phones together, and you can set your format as well.
Oh,
In this
that's nice
case-
that you could set the resolution.
Yeah. Yeah, you can set the resolution on the phone, what the phone supports.
Right.
So, and I set it to 920 to 1080.
James is saying that DroidCam is not free, so Irian being free. Yeah, Lee, you were very quiet today. We definitely couldn't hear you. All right, so I'm gonna power this on because, and I wanted to just make myself big in case we see smoke, because I know how much people like smoke. And I don't know if you heard the high-pitched beep, but that's my circuit breaker going off.
Well, that's not a good thing.
Yeah, so apparently it does not like this board. So what this board is, or why I was thinking about putting this board in, is that this is a DC to DC regulator, and it would have allowed me to make sure that I wasn't sending more than like 10 volts into the little power side. That said, they have updated the software. The app has been updated, and the firmware has been updated in this device. Now they fixed the pulses. They've fixed. You can now control things with the app and with a throttle at the same time. Before it was one or the other. So, yeah. DroidCam has a free version, but for me, I realized I can't find anywhere where I could read it. I realized the benefit from the added features, yeah. Oh, look, little yellow boxes. I'm not sure what he's referring to. What yellow boxes?
I'm assuming the flukes.
Oh. That could be. Yeah, I love my fluke meter. So I'm gonna, I guess I'm removing this little regulator box thing. Is it just me, or am I gonna get like nothing done today? No comment from you, Steve, because I know it. I know what you're thinking. And I am just gonna. I'm gonna disconnect this.
The thing is that what you are doing today is learning what not to do.
Well, and I've always said that learning what not to do is sometimes the most important lesson.
Absolutely.
But I got these on. I got these little guys on eBay. I think they were like $6 or $7 each. I like these because they have the little LCD readout, and you can check your input voltage and your output voltage, and adjust it and set it. And I thought these would just be useful to have, to have as needed, if I ever needed them. Again, were we talking about collecting versus hoarding? I don't know. I think this might fall under hoarding, not
Just in
collecting.
case.
Because I ordered them from eBay. They came from China. So instead of ordering one, I ordered 3. And, what's the best way to do a live stream from a cell phone? When you're talking about doing from a cell phone, are you talking about doing a live stream like where you're out and about, like so you don't have anything to connect to? Or, oh no, Red Caboose was closed on Sunday. Yes, they are. Recently took the New Haven. If you ever come in, I'd love to meet you down at the Red Caboose. Let me know when you're in town. But yeah, DB Tech, we need a little bit more information. Are you over 1,000 subs or not? So you're talking about a train show. So I would recommend not getting on the Wi-Fi at the train show. I would recommend just using hopefully 5G if you have it, if not 4G. The other thing is, I think I like using the apps. And yeah, so you're under 1,000 subs, so you have to use one of the apps to get around it. Streamlabs actually has a really good app for the iPhone to stream. There's also, I think it's called like Prism or something like that. That's really pretty good. You could use StreamYard. In theory, you could use Melon, except I'm not 100% sure that it's something I would recommend right now. But theoretically, you could use Melon. So you could use a web-based solution, or you can use Streamlabs, or this is what Prism is what a lot of people are using. This Prism Live. So yeah, we were using StreamYard when I did my Northlands one. And what I did is I had Jason log in using my account from his home so that if my connection dropped, it would still go. But then I logged in as a guest, and then he made me full screen. So I was actually a guest on my own StreamYard stream when I was remote.
So
Yeah, Bernard.
You need a producer for when you're doing remote stuff then.
You do not need one. My recommendation is if you have... I mean, I could have done it myself, right? I could have remoted into one of my computers at home, set up the stream, went live, and then logged in as a guest. But my stream at Northlands was like 3 hours or something like that, and I knew I was going to be walking around the building, and the building was in the basement, so I was concerned about connection issues. Yeah. So I specifically chose to use a producer just to have a better stream, I guess is what it was. Bernard C. From China, you got to order an extra one. Smoked one didn't work, and one did. Yeah, exactly. And that's you got to order extras.
Yeah, because what the quality on them is, I get the impression that they don't really test them. They just throw them together and have the customers test them.
Yeah, well, and even if they do test them, though, it's still I still think it's good to
get extras just in case you do something wrong.
Yeah, and the things are so cheap, that why not? Why not do it? So that was my theory, at least. So I'm remaking. I used this 16 gauge wire, and it was just really too thick to fit in the little widget here. So I'm gonna go to 22 gauge solid, and I think that's more than fine for the 3 amps that I can pull on this thing. So I'm not really worried about it. It was just I had the 16, so that's what I used at the time. But I'm going to switch to this, and that's what I'm changing right now. Yeah, James is true, right? The public is now the beta tester for everything. For example, I'm beta testing Melon right now, and it is not working.
Well, it's working. It's not working the way you want it to work.
Well, no. Theoretically, the feature
If you
is
sign on and you don't get in, it ain't working.
Yep. See you later, Dad. Have fun. Yeah, if I click a chat message, it should just work. Like that's not it not working the way I want it to work. That's it not working. Oh, that's gone. It's that it's not working the way they say it should work.
Ah, okay.
Right? And I just want it to work the way they say it should work at this point. Which, yeah. I do though. I feel like a beta tester. I realize I'm out of the camera view.
Yeah, one of the interesting things is that they just there's an open ocean job lot that just recently opened nearby me, and I went there, and they had a thing of stacks of like shop lights for about $15, and trying to find a way to get more or better light on my workbench and all that. So I said, I'll try one of these and all that. And I plugged it in, and it has a pull chain on it. But apparently, whoever played with it, pulled on it last, had it in the
Yeah.
on position. Good thing I had it pointed away from me because it was bright.
Oh, yeah.
But one thing that got me sort of, it took me, I want to say, I don't want to say surprised, but it definitely was oh really? It said made in Mexico, not
Yeah, there's a
China.
lot of manufacturing in Mexico. Yeah.
And so I'm thinking it's not U.S. made, but at least it's on the same continent.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're moving factories to Mexico for the same reason they're moving them to Indonesia and to China and to Taiwan and everything. So
Less labor, less regulation.
Yep. And the second one is probably the more important of the two of what you just said. So, there's a link in my email to go check out Melon. Melon is apparently about to... They're offering me a discount for signing up now, and they're kind of calling it a beta, but it seemed to me from everything that I read was that it was a much more finished product than it is. So, yes, I knew that it doesn't have all of the features of StreamYard, but I did assume that the features that they had released were going to work. And I guess that's my, that's my fault, right? For assuming they did their testing.
Okay, that answers my question because I was going to say, is that a servo controller? You just pulled out a servo, so it's like, I guess it is.
Well, it's probably a motor shield, and he's using it to control a servo. He's talking about U-High.
Yeah, this is a servo.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. And
But
this is just an Arduino Nano on a shield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just want to bend the pins correctly, because these come from China.
Yeah. Exactly. I cut this a little shorter than I had wanted, which seems to be the standard. Hillbilly Railroad, welcome, sir. And I don't know what this word is. I don't know if it's in English or if it's in another language. Does anyone know what word Andrew Estep typed in here? Maquiladorus. I hope I
That's-
just didn't say something offensive or something. You know what it is, Steve?
Nope.
Oh, I'd have to say my second language is basic, not French.
I always tell people that my second language is English, and they go, "Oh, I thought it was your first language. What's your first language?" And I say, "I don't have one. I just speak English so poorly that I talk it as if it's a second language." All right, so let's try this again.
Oh, it's the name of a Mexican factory.
Ah. Gotcha.
So I was completely wrong.
That's what we do around here.
It's the language next door to France.
Yeah, that's this stream is known for inaccuracies. That's the not inaccuracies, but about not knowing what we're doing. I try and accurately not know what I'm doing. All right, so what I'm doing now is I'm about to plug this in without the regulator, and what I want to do is I want to update the firmware in it. And then once I update the firmware, I'll try and start cleaning up this mess of wires. That said,
You
Don't
got the
know.
fire extinguisher nearby?
yes, actually, there's one in the pantry.
Yeah.
One in the pantry.
Yeah, there's a I forgot the guy's name, but the guy who works for Fast Tracks that always is showing it how to put Fast Track stuff together and all that. And he has it. I guess one of his things is the most important tool is the fire extinguisher, and he has it basically. You can actually see it in the frame right next to his workbench.
It's interesting you mentioned that. I should probably add a fire extinguisher to. So I keep little post-it notes of things, right? So I probably need to add a fire extinguisher to my list of things from my office downstairs.
And there's
And,
highs.
Funny. So I'm actually like wired in. Let's see if you can see it from here. I'm like, this wire is actually connected to me. These are for my headphones. So if there was a fire and I needed to quickly run to the other room, I would rip my headphone cable out trying to get to my fire extinguisher. So
I've got a fire extinguisher, but it's in the kitchen because my wife is more likely to need it than I am.
oh, Steve, I hope she didn't hear that. I hope she didn't hear that.
She's not home.
Well, I also have one in the kitchen, but I also have a can here.
Yeah,
So
my
that's this
kitchen
one.
is right next to me, but I'm attached, so I couldn't actually get to it.
I can always tell when she was pregnant because she'd always have a kitchen fire.
Oh, jeez.
Well, the thing
Okay.
is, Keith, you might want to get like you know how they have like extension cables for.
I actually have one, but I kept getting so tangled up in it that I took it off.
Because I'm assuming that would be when you run away and all that, once you run out of line, it'll snap off.
See, I'm the kind of guy though that when there's a fire, I actually generally run towards it to try and put it out, as opposed to everybody else that's much smarter than I am that runs away. So,
Well, I mean, if it's small, that's the smart thing to do. I'm assuming you got to get to a point going like, okay, this is beyond me. Time to go.
If you look at your fire extinguishers, it'll tell you what the rating is, like 2A, 4E, BC, or something like that. And that's how many square feet of a particular type of fire that extinguisher is good for. You should know that, because if you can't put it out with one fire extinguisher, you better get out of the building.
yeah, I'm very lucky. My building. Thank you, Boulder Creek Yard. Give me a little money towards a fire extinguisher. Tim says, "Never run around a fire. Fast walk, but never run."
And look how the wind is blowing.
Yeah, right. That too. Funny,
Well,
that's what my meeting is on, fire extinguishers. That's stupid. So shouldn't you be paying attention, Steve?
I was a Fortune 500 corporate safety director. I pretty much know it hook, line, and sinker.
So I'm updating the firmware now, and hopefully this is going to work. This guy. Plug this in.
Well, I also believe probably having fire extinguishers, especially those ones that have been uh, certified and all that, might actually turn around and lower your insurance.
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
And £5 from Andy for the fire fund.
Hey, there we go. I might be able to put out a fire by the end of the day. James says we had fire extinguishers so big on the ship that they could electrocute you with static electricity if not grounded while using them. Wow. Hey, Vinny, I saw you earlier. I put your, I didn't say your name, but I put your little chat up. Unfortunately, the software I'm using today, if you missed it, I'm using something called Melon, which is a competitor of StreamYard. And I was kind of hoping that, it was going to go sail off with no issues. And we didn't sail off successfully enough. So, Roy Eltham says, I'll jump on this fire train. I actually have a car I got at a show. It's like a fire boxcar
Bird.
thing or something that's really pretty cool. What'd you say? Hi?
Firebird.
Yeah, no.
Well,
So,
I mean, the railroads did have, especially in places where fires were a hazard, where they would have a incomplete fire train
yeah, yeah.
with,
So,
if I remember correctly, with usually with a lot of tankers filled with water.
Yep.
oh, really? Just
Well,
water?
I think so. I could be wrong.
out in the Rockies, they had them because bearings go out on the wheels, and they start throwing sparks, and all of a sudden you got a huge forest fire.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I wouldn't have thought of that.
If you
Yeah, I
go
know.
on, if you go on the scenic railways out there, like the Cumbres and Toltec,
Yeah.
about a mile behind, you'll see a little, not a hand cart type thing, but one of those speeders equipped to be a fire vehicle. And all it's there for is to make sure that the excursion train doesn't throw off a fire.
Ah, wow. I
Yeah,
did not realize that.
yeah, the Delaware and Hudson, if I remember correctly, they had a, if I'm remembering this correctly, they had this one branch where the Delaware and Hudson is known for their steam locomotives that that use anthracite, but they did have one locomotive that went up this one branch and all that burnt regular. It was either regular coal or wood. I forgot which. And they actually had it set up where they would have somebody would be following it to making sure whatever sparks came out of the locomotive, not to start a forest fire in the Adirondacks.
I would not want to be the guy. Wouldn't want to be the guy carrying the fire extinguisher up the mountain.
That's why they had a speeder.
Oh, gotcha. Right. Okay. Now I'm following.
Yeah.
At least a little better than I was before.
Or a whole train. It's like
Yeah.
they could turn around and my assumption is because of steam pumps and all that, they could probably throw water just as far as probably a modern fire engine.
Oh, yeah, because it was just a huge pressurized tank. I apologize. I'm not reading the chat as much right now. I'm trying to attach these small wires. So if anybody else on stream wants to read some of the chat messages, feel free to
Let's
jump
see,
in.
Andrew Estep. In the Adirondacks, they had both fire trains and they had to use oil burning steam trains in the summer by New York state law.
Oh, wow. I did not know any of that.
Neither did I.
Yeah.
It's a hobby I never. It's another part of the hobby I didn't wander down to.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, why would anybody expect me to know that? I don't know how to do anything else. But it felt like the thing to say. So once I get this hooked up, theoretically, if I move all of this stuff off of my workbench, I will be able to run a train and switch switches.
Without
Theoretically.
it burning up?
That is correct. Although this switch here, I don't know if you can see what I'm pointing to. Let me move this down a little bit. This switch here, I do still need to replace. This one still only switches in one direction. It doesn't switch to the divergent side, but it just switches the one way. And I have one coming in the mail. It's just, this is an example of don't just buy one when you're buying one, because
Something can go wrong.
everything can go wrong. So before we actually run anything, let's try this. Let's turn on a throttle. I realized I said I was going to stop at 1 o'clock, and now 1:15. But let's turn on a throttle. Don't know if it's going to connect right away, but let's see. And it did connect, so let's get this connected.
Yeah, I think I remember watching a couple of I think about maybe a year or so ago when I forgot exactly where they are, but they're flying boats that they turn around and they wind up scooping up water and then bringing the water to where fire is all that. And they were, I guess, the last ones ever, the last ones that were ever built or something like that. But I guess they're massively huge. And they get and the problem is that I guess no one makes. I'm not sure if I don't know if the aircraft manufacturer is no longer in existence or they just don't make parts for them anymore. And but no one has. They're a very important part of the region, but they haven't. No one's willing to build them another brand new one and all that, which is, once these big machines no longer are operational and all that, it's like, okay, now what are we gonna do?
Yeah. So a little update on this. I just when I used the throttle, it didn't do quite the same pulse thing that it did previously, but it did do this like tick, 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 tick. And so I'm not going to try it again because that's kind of what damaged the switches last time, was doing the tick, 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 tick. So what I think I'm going to do right now, so I think I'm going to about 1:30 right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out the switch that's already half damaged, or not pull out, but unwire the switch that's half damaged. I'm going to wire in just that one switch and then test just that one switch, because it's already damaged. So I'm gonna try and use my iPhone and get a really good video of the sounds that this that this single switch is making. And yeah, so I'm
Okay.
gonna
Yeah,
I'm
it's
going to work
usually
on
a good
that a little
idea
bit.
to use a broken thing that you know what the problem, a broken thing that you know what the problem is. So if it gets more broken, it's like, okay, don't do that again.
Exactly. So let's
And apparently the aircraft are called Mars. I forgot exactly what the
the aircraft
uh
that dumped the water. You're talking about?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't. I think it's an acronym, but they're. Uh, I think you can turn around and actually put a good size uh 7.25 inch layout on the wings.
Wait, 7.25 inch layout on the. Oh, so you're saying it's big?
Yes, it's they're very big. I mean, um I'm not sure exactly how much water they hold, but I want to say
More than your regular bathtub.
yes, more than your regular, more than your regular pool. I think I almost want to say 2 or 3 times it. Each load I want to say is about the equivalent to maybe 3 or 4 Olympic-sized pools.
Wow. I the you know I hate that they have to be out there doing the work, but I love the seeing them dump that water at such that high volume to just completely like smother anything under it. It's pretty amazing to see.
Yeah,
And then even too the helicopters that have the big buckets underneath them that they're
yeah,
able to lift all that water in that bucket. That's yeah. And the accuracy too, the pilots that know how to fly over and when to hit the button so that it dumps exactly where they want it to dump.
Plus, they got to be low enough where the water's not evaporating before it gets to the ground from the heat.
Oh, interesting. Interesting.
That's what makes it so dangerous. That and the drafts created by the heat.
Andrea Stepp says Olympic pools are huge. That seems not accurate.
it's one of those things I don't know what the capacity is, so you could be completely right.
Um, Martin is saying it's like a very vigorous shower. Yeah, California had so many fires last year. It was really sad. I will say that I know very little bit about it, so don't jump on me too much. But my understanding is that it is true that fires used to be a natural way of deforestation, and that because we've built our houses more and more into the forest, we've basically stopped the natural forest fires. So now when there are forest fires, they're so much worse because there's all the underbrush and everything that's not getting burned off in sort of a natural way. So it's kind of an interesting.
Yeah,
It's an interesting dilemma.
there's a place in around Albany, New York, which is called the Pine Bush, and they actually, from my understanding, every year have to turn around and deliberately set fires to
Right.
get rid of the brush and all that.
Yeah, because the underbrush is very dangerous. That's what the real problems are. All right, so I'm testing this now on 101, and so the switch the switch does move in the one direction with the app. It just doesn't come back. But it's only making when I push the button, it's only making a single tick. Yeah, it's man versus Mother Nature. She always wins. And Vinny is saying he thinks it's 3,000 gallons. Bernard C says Mars can carry over 7,000 gallons of water.
Hmm.
I don't know how that relates to a swimming pool, though. Anyone got a swimming pool? Know how much, like a backyard swimming pool or whatever has?
My pool has 8,500 gallons.
Your pool or your koi pond?
Same thing.
Oh, okay. That sounds like big. That sounds like a lot of water.
It is.
Well, either you have a lot of water, Steve, or I feel like 7,000 gallons of water in a plane actually isn't that much. Oh, there you go, Bernard. See, we advocate for more grazing. Yeah, because that would. Andy Ambrose says Heath versus electric turnouts. The turnouts win. True. Firefighting aircraft is 9,600 gallons of retardant. And then Steve says that the 747 carries 20,000 gallons.
That sounds more accurate.
Vinny's backyard pool had 15,000 gallons. Yeah, water is crazy heavy. What is it? A gallon of water is 8 pounds.
4.781 U.S. pounds per gallon.
There you go. All right, so switch. We're going to go switch 101.
Yeah, the
And-
thing is, I'm willing to say that I'm wrong about, how much the planes were carrying and all that, because, well, I have more useless information on vehicles that are right on rails.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of scary that I know some of these statistics and numbers.
Steve, you're in general scary, so I think All right, so I'm trying to get a video of this with the ticking, and I don't know how to do it. So
Actually, that actually might be an interesting trivia question. What was the first fire train? When did the fire trains become a thing?
somebody's got to get it. Someone's got to answer for that. Oh wow, an Olympic pool is six. Wait, where would the 660,000? So that's substantial.
I think that's I think that's bigger than my apartment.
Hey, Star Trek Enterprise, Star Trek 4, they hauled the water in whales back in time. So think about that.
Yeah.
Say that again. They hauled the water in whales.
And humpback whales forward in time because the whale had been extinct and there was an alien craft trying to talk to the whales.
Yeah, there was I saw a Star Trek reference of how big the original Enterprise was, and basically the reference they used was the Ever Given, and it's not that it looked like it was not that much large. It was longer than the Ever Given, but the Ever Given I think had more mass.
What's the Ever Given?
The Ever Given was the ship that blocked the Suez Canal.
Oh, okay.
So James from Boulder Creek Yard says he saw a reference to a late 1890s fire tanker train. Stuart Webb had a fire train in 1908 in the Adirondacks for his private park, Naha Sani. I probably butchered that.
All right.
A 747 saved my ass in 2017. Got pics from my Greater B4 I ducted. All right, so I'm going to try something. Let's go share. Let's go video. I understand. Let's proceed.
You need a drum roll?
Yeah, this could end the show. And why is that? Hold on, everybody. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get the video I just took on my phone of the switch going tick, 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 tick. I want to play that video and see if we can kind of hear the video going tick, 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 tick. Oh,
I hear something.
yeah, it
Sounded like a watch.
is very, very obvious. So let's just share it just for fun. I have to cancel that. Let's try starting it again. Video. I understand. And it looks like the format of the video is not acceptable. So let's go here and let's click pause. Where's pause? Pause. Make it smaller.
See,
So
now you
basically-
need that. You need that keycap with the paw on it, so you know which one's which.
Would be helpful, wouldn't it? I'm about to sneeze. Anyone know how to rotate a video in VLC?
I don't know what VLC is.
It is, in my opinion, one of the better video playback software because it can play back various different codecs. So here we are. Here's the video. And let's see if we can hear the ticking or not. So I think it's gonna work for me. I just need to send that off to them and tell them their fix isn't fixed. Enterprise was aircraft sized. I'm assuming he's talking about the Star Trek Enterprise.
Yeah.
Funny thing
I remember when they were talking about the movie, they were actually trying to get the USS Enterprise in the movie. But they
oh really?
Yes, and unfortunately, I guess there was a mix-up of communications, and they did not get they didn't get the right aircraft carrier. Because there was another movie that was also using an aircraft carrier called Top Gun. So the Enterprise is on Top Gun, and I almost want to say the Yorktown was the one in Enterprise, but they actually still wrote it in saying that, hey, it's the Enterprise. So I think they had to do some Hollywood shenanigans to make the other ship into the Enterprise.
Right. That makes sense.
I think they actually when they were filming it, they were deliberately not filming where it said the name of the ship on it.
Okay. So we're saving the video, and in theory, thanks to Alan from jumping someone else's trains, I have now got the video rotated into a better orientation. So I'll be,
Yeah, that looks a lot more fuller screened.
Yeah.
A little bit fuzzy.
Yeah, it's fuzzy because I was way too close to the track because I was really trying to pick up the sound more than anything else. So that's kind of why I ended up doing that. So
now you said that was the broken one? That looked
yeah,
like it was
so
bouncing back and forth.
It did not flip in the first direction. If you watch the video, in the first part of the video, it just went tick, tick, tick. It didn't flip. So, Alan wants to know where my shoes are. I'm not wearing shoes in the house. And I tried to edit that video down to make it shorter, but apparently I screwed up. So it's too long, but who cares? You get to see my feet. Is the name of the ship on the ship? Doesn't it just give the naval numbers of the ship?
Well, on the back of the ship and sometimes on the superstructure, it'll have the name.
So Rick tried to make a joke, but I think he failed miserably because he spelled the word soul wrong. I think he meant to say, I think it's funny that Heath needs a sole, S-O-L-E, referring to my shoes. But he wrote, I think it's funny that Heath needs a stole. So, Tree Man, enlighten us.
Mr. Bailey.
The name is on the back of U.S. Navy ships. The Carrier Enterprise is a very unique superstructure.
Originally, but they modified the superstructure in later years.
The name's always on the back and the numbers are elsewhere. So,
Numbers are on the bow and on the sides of the superstructure.
were you in the Navy, Steve?
No, my dad was.
Ah, gotcha. Think Rick meant stool. I don't know what Rick meant. I did spell it wrong, but I meant was stool, not stole, and not soul. Oh, so I have a chair to sit on, but for these streams, I like standing. I feel it gives me more, keeps me awake. Let's just put it that way. So, and the Enterprise had a unique over-the-horizon radar. There you go. I think it's so cool that, like, we all come together for one hobby, but we all know so much about other things as well. I, on the other hand, do not know a lot of things about a lot of stuff, but luckily all of you. Container Man says, are they on the deck, or is that landing and takeoff numbers? We have Lynn saying we have a club member in our railroad club that scratch builds ships. He has the Enterprise, but will showing the Hornet at the show on May 22nd and 23rd. Bernard C.
Yeah.
Dad's was on the pre-nuke Enterprise during the Pacific Theater AC mech, then LSO. Oh, it's not unique anymore. It's off-stringer in AN Spy Radar ships. Yes, Container Man, I agree. I don't either. So while we're going down the rabbit hole of Navy ships, does anybody on panel want to talk about what's going on in their world? And if people in the chat want to post about upcoming shows, upcoming events, now would be a good time to do that. And I am going to, just like John, who's got to run, I'm going to wrap this up after we hear a little bit from everybody else, what everybody else is up to. Who would like to start us off? Don't all jump at once now.
I can start.
Go ahead, Hi.
Well, yeah, as I told in the beginning when I joined, I'm on holiday, but next week I will be continue working on the controller board. So with the Arduinos which I build here, so that I can control the track itself. So that's what I'm gonna do, and hopefully I can get a new video posted, not in the coming week, but the week after.
Awesome. And if anybody's looking, it's H&H Express model trains, correct?
Yes.
And it's running on the bottom, but there you go.
Yeah, it's running on the bottom of my screen.
/C/HH Express, if you're looking for his channel. But yeah, we'll figure this melon thing out eventually. Steve Childers.
Hey, well,
What's your tip of the day?
I've got one tip of the day in the hopper. I can't remember what the heck the name of it was. What is?
You don't know what it's about?
Yeah, I can't remember.
I'm sure it's an amazing tip then.
Yeah, it's tip number 99. So I got to come up with something special for 100.
Ooh, something big coming.
Yeah. And as you can see, this scene has been totally transformed.
Yeah. I remember, yeah. And it hasn't taken you very long. You've only been working on it, I think, 3 weeks, right?
Take the roundhouse out, but, well, Yeah, about 3 weeks. Well, including the farm. Yeah, 3 weeks.
Nice. So in the chat, we've got Alan, I think it is. Yeah, Alan says, watch my 3D printer unboxing on my channel. He's got that coming up. He got looks like a 3D Ender, I thought, Ender 3 Pro. Nathan says, Heath, I'm curious, did my package come? Nathan, not yet. If you want to send me the tracking information, I'll keep an eye on it, but I have not gotten it yet. Adam Estep must be off later, everyone. STS, May 23rd is Fultz Bailey Railroad, and his subs are now at 356. So that Fultz Bailey Railroad is the Rick Bailey channel. So if you head over to Rick Bailey on YouTube, you'll be able to check him out on Sunday. That was good. Yeah, Container Man, you got here right at the end. Looks like Scott at Hillbilly Railroad is having a 400 sub giveaway. What else we got? Well, let's check in with Edward and see what he's got going on in his life.
Well, as I said, that I bought lighting and all that. So right now, I guess that's my trying to get it so I can, see what I'm doing, and etc. But I am also in the process of waiting for parts.
Yeah.
One of the things of trying to find slide switches has been annoying, because it seems that it's something that you used to be able to just hop down to Radio Shack, but apparently the nearest Radio Shack to me is about an hour and a half away, and it's like, no, I'm not doing that. So I ordered some stuff from Jamico, which I thought they went out of business, because I haven't heard of any.
Yeah, I thought they did too, but yeah, they're a big one though.
Yeah, and apparently they're doing. I guess there's in talks now with t-traks to doing something electronic with them, but I don't know all the details. But that might be coming down the line with t-traks, which is 7 o'clock every Wednesday and Saturday. We have all sort of different new people. We are doing what's called my builds, where it's basically taking a kit so you can actually turn around and follow somebody build a kit, and then they have what's called my build is where everyone shows off of, hey, this is what they're doing. And and sometimes they have,
So they're kind of they're
build
build-alongs, basically.
they're build-alongs, and then there's the my builds. See, that's why it gets confusing.
Yeah, that is
the
confusing.
my build. The my builds is showing off what you are doing. Saying that it's like, so it's like the audience is showing what they're doing and all that. And,
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
So
Andy Ambrose is saying, gotta salute your dad. He's talking to Bernard C. Your dad and other guys, is without them, we might not even be here today. Which is so true. The military and the people in the military have definitely sacrificed a lot for the world we have today. Tim from CP368 Productions is still 3 to 4 videos behind. Still not eager to upload a new video. Tommy Fred Strain says, I'm going to start wiring next week after I have everything I need now. Yeah. Hillbilly says he's 2 hours away. I'm not sure what he's 2 hours away from, but he's 2 hours away from whatever he's away from.
Probably a Radio Shack, because they used to be everywhere, and now they're not.
Yeah, what is a Radio Shack now? But
yeah.
Awesome.
Well, I guess somebody has bought Radio Shack, and they're trying to bring it back.
I heard it still exists in Canada. I think I heard that, but anyway, I do got to wrap this up. I got a phone call coming in from the girlfriend, so I want to jump on that. But thank you everyone so much for being here. Thank you for the people that are up on the panel. I will be back.
Tell your girlfriend we said hi.
Will do. I'll be back Monday night, and there's a lot of great live streams between now and then. So Hopefully, I'll see everybody in the chat. So have a fantastic week.
It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity.